Let's make some coconut water. How about that? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending upon where you are. I just got back from an epic bike ride. I was gonna go all the way to the North Shore, but I'm so clean right now that all the cars and stuff, I was like, man, I'm turning around and going home, and I'm just gonna start focusing on exercising more in the jungle, you know, away from all the cars, which I normally do, but there's no real places to cycle around here away from the cars except for the bike path, which I do like once or twice a week, you know. And I'm like, I need something new, and then the cars and the trucks, and I was breathing it all in. I'm like, ah, hell no. So that's why I'd rather just go do the breathing exercises in the jungle. So I've got here the most premium coconuts of all time, especially this one. I've been saving this one. This one is ridiculously premium, absolutely out of control. I mean, after you've opened tens of thousands, you know. This is the one. I'm gonna have that later. So I got the whole bucket and the whole big stash over here. These are the most premium coconuts I've had in a long time. And I'm just filling up about a gallon of the water here. I'm having a great day. We're barely getting started on this path. You know what I mean? As far as like health and spirituality. But it's never too late to start, you know, even though it's taken me about 30 years to get the prerequisites out of the way. I'm finally beginning to understand, you know, and obviously the most important nutrient is love. It's not that popular on the internet because it's still about sex and money and fame. But what happens is once you've had all that stuff, you know, I mean, we all know the people that have hundreds of millions of dollars and they're still absolutely miserable. Same thing with the fame on the internet, man. After a while, it begins to be like a total drag on your true dopamine and serotonin centers in your brain. Don't get it twisted. I appreciate it. I have a really decent job / career where this is kind of like my job here, you know, just doing what I'm normally doing and sharing just a lifestyle, which even if I was somewhere else, I'd be doing something similar to this with a juicer or getting wholesome foods, exercising out in the fresh air, you know, and taking good care of this a temple, but not, you know, neglecting the real, you know. And I think that might be where some of us are going wrong because love is the #1 nutrient, you know. But right now, when you go to the internet, which is part of the plan, is the hatred and the division. And you can get sucked into that, I'm sure we all have, in one way or another, but then we work our way out of it and we just make an absolute commitment. I'm not going to where hatred is, you know, because the hatred is killing the hater and not the hated. The hated actually just gets stronger. And usually the hated are the ones that are telling the truth, i.e. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? So look to those who are being persecuted and hated in your society, and then you'll see they're probably the ones that are blasting through the falsehoods, you know, that are the, you know, the constructs that where the controllers are more happy. But if you're like breaking through those glass ceilings, they get uncomfortable. They don't want the masses awakening. It's too late, you know? It's already gonna happen. It's a little slower than some of us would like, of course, but the individual can be completely and totally awake to the truth, you know? And then all of it becomes like an effortless dream. So these are the Primos, you know? And that's my method and style right there. And then you just pop it. And you can, you know, just leave it like that and carry it with you later on in the day. You don't have to bring your machete. Or you can open this and give this to your friend. A lady stopped. I was on the side of the road yesterday and she just, can you sell some of those? Before I even got done with the job, on the side of the road. It was pretty hairy, a lot of cars and stuff, but I didn't know these were as premium as they are. So I'll keep my eye on that tree. And in about 6 or 9 months, when it's ready to be harvested again, I'll go clean the tree, harvest the nuts, and get these absolute premium, like fizzy, sweet, electrically charged, highly conductive balls of living liquid. and living fat and the living foods, because everyone's sad. Like Oprah, you know what I'm saying? Like Oprah Winfrey is up there. Oh, I'm a victim. It's like, Oprah, you have $3 billion. But see, you should see what she eats: macaroni and cheese and pork ribs and everything else, all in one meal. So it's just going to be, everyone's going to be so heavy that even if they have $3 billion, they're going to be like, I'm miserable inside. And so that's what's happening. All the money in the world. And if somebody else, everyone else loves you, like she's the most beautiful woman in the world, but inside you're dying, how much is it all worth? Nothing. Don't complain about me throwing away the meat. If I tried to keep all the meat, I would never have any. That's all I would have. I mean, yes, I could probably start a coconut yogurt business, but I really don't want to do a business with coconuts because it's a hobby that I love. And I've taken everything I loved and turned it into a business, and it ruins it. Now I'm finally kind of starting to sort of have fun with the YouTube, but not really, to be honest. I mean, it's so narrow. Like, I have so much personality and understanding of like global events and stuff that I really get charged up about, and I make all these videos, but I'm like, stay in your lane, bro. You know, you're not a political analyst, and you're, you know, it's like, but I do listen to Victor Davis Hanson and many other very intelligent historians talking about what's really going on in American cultures, particularly. And I really hope we make it. I'm going to be fine either way, because I can either move, or I'm not even afraid of like death. You know, my kids are all grown, all that stuff. I mean, I don't even need anything. I just have free coconuts, and that's enough. And I don't even need those, you know. But you start to realize that the self-love is everything. And so, but you go online and the egos are still there with, oh, if I get more money, I'll be fulfilled. If I get more accolades from the people, if I can convince these other losers that what they're eating is inappropriate and they should do things the way I see the world, you know. It doesn't work though that way, and it never works. It's like you have to have your own heart satisfy your own heart. So you have to be the love that you are for yourself. And then you can make videos and stuff, and it's cool, but you don't have any expectations of getting anything because you're already like whole and complete. And if you're not under the illusion that somebody outside of you or something outside of you is going to make you fulfilled. The fulfillment is just being completely present. In fact, I'll title the video this. This is how you become the richest person in the world instantly. Is you accept right where you are in life, and then you give gratitude for what you already do have. I mean, yes, I'm sure a lot of you are like, well, Dan, I mean, you with that many coconuts that are absolutely premium, you are rich. You know. Now, I did have to work for them, and I sweat a lot, and there's always bugs and centipedes and ants crawling all over me, which would probably be like a no way. You know, but what I'm saying is that your own self makes you the richest person in the world. When you can accept and be grateful for exactly where you are and exactly what you have, that makes you the richest person in the world. I'm not gonna lie, I have a dope ass life. And I know that some people are like, Dan, you should have more money or whatever, but I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, what I am the richest guy on earth because I am free. I don't owe anyone anything. Nobody owes me anything, and I am absolutely free to create. So a couple days ago, I spent like 12 hours working, filming a bunch of videos. You'll notice sometimes I change my shirt. On this one, I was like, I don't even want to bother. They'll just see, you know, 7 or 8 videos the same, you know, and then a bunch of posts, a bunch of photos for like, you know, to promote my business paradigm, enzymes, detoxification, regeneration. You know, those enzymes are breaking up the garbage in my head. Still 25 years later, dude. I know people think I'm an orthorexic hypochondriac, but the thing is it's actually true what they do when you're a little baby, and all the garbage and all the filth and all the calcified stuff that isn't even necessarily water soluble. That's why I bring in those herbs. So a lot of the people on the internet are nice and cutesy and stuff, and they're like, oh, hybridized fruit is all you need, but it's not gonna break through all the calcifications and the ossifications. And that's gonna be more of the, you know, you need, well, that's the thing. I mean, think of it. That's what sometimes people don't understand is that like, your laundry soap is enzymes. Your dish soap is enzymes. Everything you use to clean your pipes All that Drano stuff, when all your hair gets down in there and the goop, that's enzymes. Enzymes break everything down. There's industrial enzymes, which all contractors know, and then there's therapeutic enzymes for the body, you know? So I'm on a huge enzyme kick right now. I've just ordered a 1,000 count bag, and I'm just gonna chop it down and order another one today, so it's here by next week. So I like the 1,000 count Lifezyme because you can just keep chomping those down, and you get 1,000 of them, so they last a while. You know, you really get a lot of bang for your buck, and you can stay habitually drinking your green juice, blasting the enzymes, and it's particularly good coconut water and enzymes. That's like rocket fuel. Drip a few, like some lime in there, maybe half a lime per quart, and blast the enzymes, and you just keep cutting until you're just all the sludge and the cellulite and all those dimples and everything just come off. And then you lift weights and you go cycling and you do yoga, hot yoga, and the rebounding too. And people are like, you don't need that, you don't need the rebounders, you don't need the yoga. And I'm like, no, you don't need any of it. You could sit in a corner and do nothing. And you can also just go out and run and walk. You don't even need clothes, man. I mean, I'm wearing shoes because I just got back from the bike ride, but you barely need anything really. But it's cool to have stuff, and whatever you have, just be grateful for it, and I guarantee you'll get more. But the problem right now that I'm trying to address is that the hatred is killing. And the hatred is perpetuated, well, humans love it. Like, for humans, you know, historically, throughout our history, like, hating is like breathing to them. You don't have to be that way. You can literally love everyone. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can. You don't have to, you don't have to agree with their behavior or their outlook on life, but you can still love them. It's like compassion. You're like, oh, thank God I'm not that way. Thank God you don't have hatred in your heart for anyone or anything, because hatred kills, dead, and love heals, you know? But the love is not something that really comes second nature for human beings, you know? It has to be cultivated and nurtured, meaning all of the juicy hatred needs to be relinquished, and love itself will blossom again like a warm flower in the center of your chest, you know? And so that's what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Love is already there. Peace is already there. It's just excavating it, you know? And understanding that you're the one that can surrender all of the clinging. It's sort of like the indulgence, you know? And you can see, if you're honest with yourself, you're like, I'm indulging in hatred, I'm indulging in negativity, and you can see it, and you can be honest with yourself. And once you admit that, then you can begin the process of seeing it and letting it go, you know? We indulge in hatred because we love it. But the thing is you'll see that hatred that they have for others is actually a self-hatred. So the number one key to health, healing, happiness, wholeness, energy is self-love. And then when you love yourself, there's no need to project out onto other people that inner hatred that has been resolved within you. But that's quite a process, and we do get that from our parents or from our, you know, generational curses that we're handed. And so if we're an overcomer, we're going to be like, okay, cool, so there's abuse, there's neglect, there's low self-esteem, but you can be the one. You can be the game changer. You can be the cycle breaker through an intentional decision that you make. And I did make that decision a long time ago. I had no idea that the depth at which this process that was gonna have to be gone through. But I'm really glad, you know, it's cool because I don't have that whole perfect shiny little Instagram life, but it's real. Like, it's a real life. Like, this is like a real thing that I do, you know, about not once a day, but once every 2 or 3 days, depending on how much coconut water I'm drinking. And I have a crap ton of green juice in the fridge. I'm about halfway down, but I had the whole fridge full of juice. I don't know if I showed that picture or not. I don't think I did. I took a bunch of pictures, but I make a bunch of juice. That'll be gone probably by tomorrow. Blast and enzymes and green juice, watermelon, carrot, apple, ginger, all that good stuff. And then I supplement a lot with the coconut water here. But these are the best coconuts I've had in a long time. Unbelievable, amazing. You know, I charge $5. I don't ever advertise, but people ask me all the time, and I charge $5. The other dudes charge 7 or 8. That's more like for the, you know, the tourists and stuff. Like I said, I don't want to turn it into a business, but I have realized that there was a time when I kind of gave them away for free. If someone would ask, I would say, can I buy a coconut? I'd be like, no, but I'll give you one. But then I realized, you know, come on, bro. I mean, you're like up in the tree, like, you know, it's like death, you know, if anything were to go wrong with the equipment or something. And then you got centipedes and rats and birds and geckos and ants crawling all over. You get hella dirty. You're like, you know, it's like, this is like a real thing. And these, I always get the Primos, you know? So, and this is absolutely unreal. You should see the hydrogen in these things. It's an anti-gravitational water. It's a very high vibration. So I'm just trying to, you know, I mean, I'm not going to shut up about it. I know it's not popular like love, because people are like, well, what's the practical value of love? It doesn't put any money in my bank. It doesn't get me any sex, which it actually does, and it actually does. It doesn't get me famous, that's for sure, because you want to tell the egos what they want to hear. That you want to justify, like, hating, you know? I don't even want to bring up the examples, you know, but there's a lot of hatred as it relates to the political world, you know? I never really shared that view in any way, shape, or form. But people fuel off of it, and then they've got the teams, and everyone's broke up into sections, and then this team is hating this team, and everyone's hating. And then they get high up in the algorithms, because that's how Facebook has it, all the hatred and all the infighting. And I decided that I didn't really want to be involved in all that, you know, all that fighting and all that. So I keep it real low key. I just keep my little green juice. Everyone thinks that I'm just this tiny guy who's lost his mind, you know, and then I just sell stuff. And it's like, that's true, because that's all I really want to do. I don't want to be anybody's anything. You know, I'm not trying to draw attention to myself. I'm just trying to keep it low key, because I'm already walking on the razor's edge. I know how the big tech works. And being a white man is the worst thing you can do, and then telling the truth, and then promoting health, and they don't really like that, you know. So you go down, you know, and they have you on a, of course now I'm the one being the victim, right? Victim mentality. But seriously, no, there's a thing, because I'm just intelligent, because I know that they want to destroy, because the white dudes with their guns are the ones that can stop them. You see what I mean? And they have that in America, and the globalists don't like that, you know? They want to stop all masculine men. They want to stop all the guns. That's why they keep doing all this MK Ultra and having these school shootings. It's like, oh, everything is just spontaneous and it's not planned. Well, sure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole thing. Anyways, going off the conspiracy rails, I love it. I'm glad I know, because it protects me from all their shenanigans, which I don't want to have anything to do with that stuff. And I still have friends and stuff that are going to be cleaning out the stuff out of their body from those things for quite a while, because it just gets in there. And there's so many different technologies that have been introduced that are now swimming around in people's bodies and stuff. And that's why today or tomorrow I'm going to make the blood clot protocol. You know, it's a very simple protocol. The MSM and the herbal blood and the Pyrozyme. The Pyrozyme now has nattokinase, which I've been waiting for like years, because nattokinase is what they were using from the very beginning when they started to first notice the blood clots and pulled them out of people during the autopsies. And that's the first thing they started to recommend, was the nattokinase, the Richest peptidase, which helps to break up these proteins, which are, you know, immunoprotective proteins from foreign objects. And now it's a foreign technology. There's little nanobots, nanolipids for the destruction of the reproductive organs. And then you've got the self-assembling nanoparticles, which is the graphenes. And that's what I think is causing the clots more than the spike protein. But anyways, that's just my thought, because the way that it's viewed as a foreign invader. The nanolipids kind of get in and destroy your reproductive system and create all those different, the miscarriages and stuff, the stillbirths and everything. So you got to hand it to them. They did a pretty good job. Humanity doesn't always really think very well, and they go along with it. And then what happened was, there's a whole book written on it. There was a guy on Tucker Carlson. I already understood it right away. I don't even need to read the book, but he wrote a book on how the pokers made people even dumber than they were before and slowed down their cognitive function. So there's a certain segments of society are going down because they're watching like the propaganda media, and they're doing all those things, and they're believing in all these artificial psyops, which are not real, because nature is always perfectly, nature is just predictable. It's a system. It's a perfect system, and yes, it changes over the course of billions of years, but in essence, it's the same thing over and over again. And so these things that are happening all the time, they're man-made, artificial, hyped up. Global cooling, wait a minute, it's global warming, or wait a minute, now it's climate change. They can't figure it out because it's cold, and then it's hot, and it's like, climate change, be afraid, and you're just not afraid. Afraid of what? Well, then you'll die. And it's like, well, okay, so what? So I'm gonna die anyway, so why spend all that time being afraid? Why don't I just be the richest man in the world? I mean, life is dope, let's get high. Life is dope, let's get high, man. Find something you love. I love coconuts, man. I never get tired of this, ever. I never get tired of chopping these things. This thing is like 2 years old, it's got dents in it. I mean, my sharpener is like, it's not even hardly working anymore. It's been used so much, you gotta go get a new one. Well, that did work, actually. Nice, see, bam, one shot. So I'm not here just chilling. I'm trying to spread a message of love. I'm not gonna get up here and be some spiritual little cootsy wootsy with a little white thing. And namaste, everyone. I have no testosterone. I'm a little bitch. I'm never gonna be like that. I'm gonna come straight out and be like, look, I love love. I believe in it, and no one's gonna put me down. I'm not gonna put myself down anymore, and I'm gonna continue to love God with all my heart and love the truth. And I'm gonna be a masculine man, even if I'm the last one and everyone else is mad as hell because the guy still has testosterone in his balls and the world is totally against it. I mean, I can't even believe what I see, you know what I mean? It's the jaded people, but don't get jaded. Forgive and let go and move on. I mean, it's amazing how jaded they are, And then they think to themselves, why can't I get a man? It's like, because no man wants to have a woman that says the things you say. You got to be cool, you got to be nice, you got to forgive and let go. We all get our hearts broken. But do you get ossified and crustified, or do you forgive, let go, move on, and understand? Everything comes and everything goes. And you can get ossified and calcified of the heart and mad as hell about all these bad men that did things, but dudes were just being dudes and women are being women, and nobody really is the one to blame. But so many times they're just like blaming the man, blaming the patriarchy and all that garbage. It's a lot of hogwash, man. This place is perfect, man. And we create what we want from the inside out. Oprah Winfrey has $3 billion and she's getting up there, I'm a victim. It's like, you can't even, it's like you injected the clown world with like 100,000 pounds of steroids and then snorted like a line of meth as big as the whole beach at Secrets up into your nose, and it's just like clown world on steroids, dude. When the people that have all that money are like victims. Even Michelle Obama, I only have 70 million, I'm a victim, and she's got that scowl on her face. I'm like, 70 million, go get a massage for Christ's sake, get a colonic. But the thing is, I'm telling you, the food is one thing, and all the media garbage and the trash inside of us that needs to be addressed. Clean it out. Clean out your colon. Clean out your brain. I mean, all the goddamn stuff on social media, that's got me tripping, but it's all right. I'm trying to clean it up. I'm just kind of staying informed. But that's a full gallon, and that was a rap session. And I'm cool. Like, I'm really trying to just be myself and speak my truth. Of course, I don't really, because I could knock them out of the park here, my friends, because I am 100%. My tinfoil hat is made out of titanium, dude. Because I'm like, they are out to get us, and I see what they're trying to do, but they don't have the power. We have the power. We are the people. We are the masters of our destiny. So, like I said, life is dope. So let's get high, man. And you don't even need anything. You just got to be grateful for every step. Like, if you can walk, you're like, oh my God, thank God for my legs. if you have your arms, you're like, oh my God, I can do. That was inappropriate, sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, you can do stuff. I got my machete, dude. What else do I need? I can go climb a tree on the side of the road or take a stick and knock some coconuts off, man. Just be grateful for whatever it is that you got, you know? All this little stuff. I mean, I love my little peeler, man. Especially these things. I have the short one and the long one. This one's filthy. You know what I mean? Look at that. It's filthy as hell. That one's a little cleaner. I got to take them inside and bleach them. And then I've got all my little openers and stuff. I got my little window cleaning stuff. You know what I mean? Right here. I cleaned my friend's windows the other day because it was just filthy. You know, the women, they never clean the inside of their windows. I don't think the dudes do either. And then when the sun shines on it, no one can see. So I try to clean as many people's inside windows as I can. And mine are next. And then I found this at the beach the other day, you know, and that's a coconut. You know what I mean? So I got every good thing. I mean, this is what I'm grateful for, man. So just be stoked about everything. I'm gonna go inside and take a shower, and then I'm gonna have some kind of awesome day. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Make some videos, do the blood clot protocol, because my friend, just got jacked, and I just thought, okay, I see now what happened to so many people is that they had to get this, they had to get that, they had to keep their job, they had this going on, so they had to go in and get that thing. They were coerced at the last minute to be able to keep going on with these different systems that were available, that the things that they were trying to get done within society with the government and stuff, and you had to have the thing. So now there's a bunch of people that are actually really good people that now have all kinds of different nanotechnology inside their body. And we're trying to get that out. We're using everything we've got under the sun. We've got every supplement, every green juice, every cleanse, every kind of chelator that we can possibly get our hands on, every kind of herb that's gonna blast that shit out of us, man, on every way, shape, and form. And we're gonna do all the rebounding and all the hot yoga and all the infrared and every kind of flushing and washing and cleansing that we can do to get that nanotechnology out of us, because otherwise we're going to find out pretty soon that that nanotechnology is patented, and who knows who's going to own who when the shit hits the fan. If society goes one way, which is more of a communist takeover, which is what the globalists love. That's why they love China, because they love the Chinese model, which is one dude tells everybody else what the hell to do. And that's what they want. They want the political class to run things, you know what I'm saying? And take away the power of the people. They hate the people. So there's one side that's for freedom and rights. And then there's one side that wants total domination and control, but they're lying. And so the people that can't see through the liars are taking all that in, and they're like, yeah, and they're just wrong, and they're being manipulated, and they're not running on all 8 cylinders. And then there's another side that's for freedom and for the people, put the power in the hands of the people. And so hopefully what happens is that America stays the land of the free and the home of the brave, so we can break through the globalism and shatter this glass ceiling that they have around the planet for technologies and for development, as far as like even health. In the field that I'm in, they do not want you to know anything about anything that has to do with the fact that, 95% recovery rate from these different C word, and here's the paperwork, and then nope, you're in jail, your paperwork is burned. If you ever do anything again, you'll go to jail for the rest of your life, kind of a thing. They simply will not allow these technologies to come out into society. You know, so we have to do it ourselves. You understand? Technologies and methodologies that actually work, that really clean the blood out, get the oxygen in there, and blast out the C, instead of the chemo and the other crap that just kills. It's kill, and kill death. And that's why even trillionaires and billionaires are sad, because their colon is all blocked up. And they have $3 billion and they're unhappy. It's like, man, you need to get a colonic machine, some of these enzymes, and some coconut water, and get Oprah's colon cleaned out, that she's like, wait, I'm not a victim anymore. I have $3 billion. This is amazing. I can do some amazing shit. So life is dope. So get high, have a great day. And yeah, look at this, man. We're stoked. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Can't wait to drink some of this coconut water. I'm so thirsty.
Have a great day. 30 minutes. DTM. Out.